See, as we have learned this stanza, but you can see as this is a poem, because so many figures of speech are also used here. Just like in this poem, personification is there, repetition, metaphor, alliteration, such type of figures of speech are used here. We can see in this stanza, this where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. You can see here this tireless striving, it is not a person, but still we can clearly visualize it here that tireless striving stretching its arms to reach to the perfection. It means this tireless striving is behaving like a person. So we can call it here as a personification. This is one figure of speech where non-living thing or some or non-living objects are behaving like a person, like a human being, or we can show some qualities of human being to them. So this tireless striving, stretching its arms towards perfections, to reach to its goal, to reach its perfection. That's why it is. This is the example of personification. Now see, this is the third stanza. As in the first stanza, second stanza, we have done the same thing. That Rabindranath Tagore trying to urge the God to awaken his people. His people means our countrymen, because this poem was written in pre-independent era. So that time, whole India was in the clutches of British rule. So what is given in the third stanza? Let's see. You can see here where the mind is laid forward by thee into ever-winding thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. You can see here, Rabindranath Tagore is using the word my father for the God. It is not for his own father, but it is for God. It is for God, my Father, the word. What he is trying to say, where the mind is laid forward by thee, that just try to awake these people, try to awake my countrymen, and please lead their mind. It means do the leadership for awakening my people. Here the word is thee is used here. Thee means you. This is the old English word thee. The meaning is you. Into ever widening thought and action. Because we want such a world, we want such a place where we will get the freedom of thought, the freedom of action. So where the mind is laid forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom. So the whole world will be converted into the heaven of freedom. Whole. So here Rabindranath Tagore is trying to urge God as my Father to convert the whole world into the heaven of freedom. So what is heaven of freedom? Means each type of freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom of action, freedom of education, everything. So here we can get the place where we can use our mind, where we can keep our head high. We can live here fearless life. So we can get everything here. So where the mind is laid forward by thee. So God should do only one thing, to awaken the people, to awake the people of my country. This is the simple request by Rabindranath Tagore to the God. So let my country awake. So Rabindranath Tagore is using the word my father and trying to request to awake the country. So this is the meaning of the whole poem. As in the previous stanza, I told you that there is a figure of speech personification. That tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. As I told you the meaning of personification also, but still in this poem again three figures of speech are there. That is repetition, metaphor, and alliteration. Maybe you know the meaning of all these figures of speech, but still I want to tell you what is this repetition. Repetition means where the words, phrases, or the whole sentence is repeated. That is called as repetition. But see, two figures of speech are there, repetition and alliteration. very slight difference is there. Alliteration means what? Where the first sound is repeated of more than two words. That is called as alliteration. Here only sounds are repeated, but in repetition, words or phrases are repeated. This is the basic difference between these two, repetition and alliteration. And one more thing is there, that is metaphor. It is a comparison, but without using some words like, as, without using such words. When comparison is there, that is called as metaphor. Now see, I have given you the example of personification, but now you have to try for the examples of repetition, metaphor and alliteration. So read the poem again, try to understand that, listen it carefully and find out the examples of repetition, metaphor and alliteration. Thank you. तो यहाँ पे हमने ये फर्स्ट पोएम पढ़ी, तो ये होगी पूरी पोएम. इसमें कुछ फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच भी हमने पढ़े. सो अगर आपको ये मेरा वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो इसे लाइक करें और सब्सक्राइब करें. फिर मिलेंगे सेकंड लेसन में.